Shalom, I'm going to give you another quick video, giving all praise to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Nakakodas, and I'm going to entitle this video, Bank Runs Going On in China. This goes back 16 hours a day ago, 21 hours ago. This is from Bloomberg. Bank run in rural China tests faith in thousands of lenders. And I'm going to give you the definition of the word bank run. And this whole banking system came from Esau, because what Moab would do, they would have going back to the ancient dynasties, they would have kings have a form of money which was silver and gold, and they also had a barter system, a trading system among themselves. It says, next article, the Wall Street Journal. So Bloomberg is a financial news company, has a cable news, 24-hour news show. Wall Street Journal deals with, Wall Street and finances. In a few words, it says, the Wall Street Journal, one day ago, a scene from a Chinese bank run. We really can't afford to lose the money. Next one is from News BTC. China banking run could be a blessing for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is electric, an money. You deal with Bitcoin through the web. Another one, the Atlantis report. Fourth Chinese bank on verge of collapse, triggering massive. Let me see the rest of this. This is a YouTube video. You can watch the video. Let's see how much I can get out of it. I don't want to go to the video. The video is only 32 seconds long. This is fourth Chinese bank on verge of collapse, triggering massive bank run, economic collapse, stock market crash. Okay, first it was Bo Asheng Bank, and then it was Bank of Jinsu, then 2 months ago, which we haven't heard about this. They don't tell us about the finance. All we know that's happening in Hong Kong and maybe certain other areas of China is these riots. And I said in one previous video that it's all the reason why these riots are taking place all over the world. There's like 14, 15 going on. Is because of economic reasons, economic and or political. China's Heng Feng Bank, with 1.4 trillion yuan in assets, quietly failed and was just as quietly nationalized. Today, a fourth Chinese bank, the Yichun Bank, was on the verge of collapse under the weight of its bad loans. So I mean, you can read the rest of it for yourself, but this is why you have these riots. Another one, the Atlantis report, and this was okay, this was wow. So the one that I just read, fourth Chinese bank on verge of collapse, that was a day ago. Protesters, a leader called for bank run in Hong Kong, and this was back in August. Yeah, August was a couple of months ago. Or not even 2.5 months ago. A bank. This is the Atlantis, October 6th. So this is a couple of weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago. Bank runs in Hong Kong. ATMs run out of cash, and that causes a panic. So when you look up, and remember, this is Esau's system. The banking system was set up by Esau. It says bank run. I'm looking up the word bank run. A bank run occurs when many clients, meaning customers that have money in banks, have bank accounts, withdraw their money from a bank because they believe the bank may cease to function in the near future. I mean, you can go to Wikipedia, give you more information. There was a bank run back in New York City, 1932. There was another one in Canadian province, Montreal City, back in 1872. So I mean, you can read up on it. A bank run really means you think that the bank is going to crash, go under, so you hurry up and try to get your money out, you know, before the bank crashes, and you don't get any money or very little money. So let me give you a scripture. Like I said in the video. Let me read this definition. This is another definition. Oh, this is a good one. I should start using this. Investopedia.com. It says a bank run occurs when a large number of customers of a bank or other financial institutions withdraw their deposits simultaneously. I gotta click to get the story. Let me do it this way. I mean, you can read it. Bank run definition, bankrundictionary.com. The concerted action of depositors, people that have accounts with banks, who try to withdraw their money from a bank because they fear that the bank will fail. Now remember, you have the Federal Reserve Bank and you have all these member banks. Content related to the bank run, how to cut down run on, what is this, sentences A run on sentence is a sentence where two or more independent clauses have been incorrectly joined. That goes into something else. Basically, bottom line is a bank run. You think that your bank is going under, you're going to lose all your money, so you hurry up and you get your money out. And when you go to the bank, there's another 1,000 people trying to get their money out. Remember, there's a thing called fractional reserve banking, and it happens in America. You know, you had in Harlem, you had, what was that, Liberty Bank or whatever it was. It was supposedly a black-owned bank, and there was a bank run. This was, I forget exactly the year. It had to be in the 80s. And we found out how many so-called black people had money, big accounts. You had Jakes having, you know, $500,000, $250,000, a couple of million. There's Jakes got money, man. They just don't brag about it, man. And they lost, and they had to deal with the what is that, insurance company, federal whatever, F whatever. They don't even say it no more in the commercials. And we're a member of the I even forget the acronym. Federal Insurance Banking Corporation, FIC, whatever. They don't even say it no more because your money's not insured anymore. And if you do have insurance, it's insured for 10% because that's all they have in the bank. You know, if 1,000 people put in $100 million, what goes out of the bank is 90 million, and 10 million stays in the bank. That's called fractional reserve banking. And eventually, there's always a collapse. That's why I say buy silver and gold. That's real money. So let me go to Revelation. Revelation 17, I believe. Revelation 17. Let's see what that says. Okay, it says Revelation 17 verse 2, with whom the kings of the earth represent these different nations. Now China jumped on the bandwagon with the Esau's system, the beast system, and the proof of that is because they have a seat at the UN. Every member of the UN, they're part of Esau's system because Esau came up with the concept of the UN. That's why they have elections. That's why they vote for presidents and prime ministers, because they got that from Esau. So that's part. They went to bed with Esau. So the biblical term is a fornication. It says with whom, Revelation 17 verse 2, with whom the kings of the earth have. You know what? Let me start from 1. Revelation 17 verse 1. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters. The great whore is America, and the waters represent people. When you go down to the, I believe it's the 15th verse, I'll tell you in a minute. Yeah, 15th verse. Revelation 17 verse 15. And he saith unto me, the waters which thou sittest, where I'm saying the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and kings. Let's talk. America's known as the great melting pot. You know, the whole American dream thing. It says the whore with the judgment of the whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth, the different nations, have committed fornication, went to bed with him. They said, okay, no, we're going to have an election system. You know, our prime minister or our president will be voted in by the majority of the people, and we will take we see that your money system, your banking system works good, so we're going to use that. So this is what you get with Esau's banking system, with his money system, with fornicating with him. You eventually get these riots, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Fourth verse, Revelation 17 verse 4. And the woman was arrayed in purple and in scarlet, and in a scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of fornication. And her fornication is Christianity, if you accept it or not. Not everybody accepts Christianity. The people of Islam don't accept Christianity, and you have other nations that have other religions that they follow, but some of them follow Christianity. But Christianity is not the mark of the beast. Another scripture comes to mind is James 5. You'll find out this whole thing was a fraud. Revelation 18 verse 9, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication, went to bed with her, have lived deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning, because they're not going to make any more. China became great because of the America, you know, or Europe. You know, you have these bankers and these business people. That concept of businesses they got from America. So anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom and it's on to the next one.